go 4 abreast in the middle of turn 3 and 4. I would love you to be up on your feet if you are able. Please make plenty of noise, main straight away. They have travelled far and wide for this one. This is your Victorian Modified Sedan title field. Crown a Victorian Modified Sedan champion. Green with Atkins and Raymond. Atkins will lead your opening corner. Here comes Brodie Christie.
Ooh, contact.
It is big elbows up. It always had to be. Can we lock in the first lap? Looks like we will. A stellar opener. We'll try and get a couple in and then see if we can take a breath. Kyle Walters is one to watch deep. Boy, the boys lock it to the bottom pretty early. Jenson is upstairs. Atkins goes to the bottom. He's showing them the way so far. Fastest car, no doubt. Berkeley peels by the top side on Raymond. They're still getting through okay. Walters, I think, has problems. Kai Walters will retire in field. And then we look back to the front. Heartbreaking end for the Australian Racing Products 46. We'll go 3 wide, Gavin, because why would we not?
Berkeley to P2. He was thumping them on that lap. A beautiful run on the outside of not only Brodie Christie, but also Aidan Raymond. Nathan McDonald next in line in P5. Still your race leader, Brock Atkins, unaware in the 6 car of all of the racing going on behind. 5 down, 30 to run. The 2024 Victorian Championship, whoa, was in full swing. We'll go yellow. Turn number 1 and 2, we are yellow.
From Berkeley and Christie, Aidan Raymond, Nathan McDonald, Jacob Jetson, Dylan Barrow, Brad Wicks in the red 17, Darcy Wilson, Michael
Raymond.
Wilson. Boy,
did you see that? Wow.
There's a lot of grip out there, Gav.
He barreled it in on the inside lane. Aidan Raymond managed to keep it on 2 wheels. Gee, that could have been wild. He was running in 3rd position at the time in the track, and everybody else was barreling into turn number 3. Gee, a frightening look at the underside of the 28.
Jetson in the 6. Atkins will greet the green. Sails it through 1 and 2. McDonald drops it to the low side. Raymond is not afraid. It wasn't an anomaly before. He commits straight back to the top side, Gav. Anyone else, you'd think their eyes might have been rattled a little bit by peeling it in there in the bicycle. Raymond isn't afraid in the slightest.
Joel Berkeley looks menacing. The 1 car ranges up on the outside of your race leader. He works through 3 and 4. We've got ourselves a new race leader, Joel Berkeley from Maryborough in Queensland, the WA champ. A mighty opening 6 laps for Joel Berkeley. Brock Atkins back to P2. Brodie Christie, Aidan Raymond, Nathan McDonald. That is your top 5. Jacob Jetson in full flight with 27 to run. Christie on the inside of Brock Atkins. Aidan Raymond will not go away. Oh, your race leader is in awful stride.
Oh my goodness.
Christie gets him. Something broke on that race car in turn number 3 and he was in strife.
Is that a tyre, boys, from the top side? You might see a little bit better. There was definitely a puff of smoke on the outside corner. It's obviously red light on the surface. We've got a number of cars to look after here. Yeah, plenty of damage to the right rear corner. And that tyre, still the nipples on it. It just delaminated itself, a big chunk of rubber. Joel, mate, the car's on the screen. This is a brutal end to it, isn't it? It's been a big trip. This car's been fast right the way through, and this isn't the way we want it to be, mate. You're sailing out in front.
Yeah.
Brodie Christie picks up where we left off. Aidan Raymond, Nathan McDonald, Jacob Jetson, Dylan Barrow did this at Kingaroy. Oh, didn't do that, however.
Grabbed plenty of the concrete on the back straight away. Something down the right front corner. It's too early to make out whether that's just a tyre or
racing.
Many VMPA feature wins under his belt for Brodie Christie, but boy, he would love to add a Victorian title to that mantle. Have a look at Jacob Jenson wheeling on the top side. McDonald is strong across the bottom. He does so much of his best work down low like that. Throughout his home state and into northern New South Wales, he's always been so good across the berm. So McDonald putting the bottom side to work on Brodie Christie. The Landmark Automotive CR32, the New South Wales champion. He's trying to add a Victoria number 1 to the door as well. While Jenson peels the ears back, the Southern Soft Serve and Elite Shock Services, Tasmania number 7. He is committed upstairs. Brad Wicks is coming now too. Jenson will clear by McDonald. Levels up with your race leader. Boy, we've got a real hunt for the lead. 3 wide on the main straightaway. Oh. Yellow lights are going to come on.
Matty Nelson. Nello will be the next Olympian field. Boy, Jenson did not want to see that. He had a full head of steam, put 4 cracking laps in on the outside. Distinctly smoother out where he is.
Elite Shock Services number 32. Jenson didn't waste a moment to pedal upstairs. Straight back to work. Jacob Jenson into 3 and 4. Levels up with your leader. Jenson, will he lead that lap? Yes, he will. Locks it in. McDonald levels up now with your leader. 2 wide for second place. Jenson with the race control. 2 of the biggest weekends to date for this family. And the Southern Soft Serve T7. It is on a rail upstairs. It's the perfect mix of race car for him right now. It drives in so tight, Gav. He can keep so much speed under that car. He's always turning left.
Yeah.
It's not over-rotating.
Just needs to keep the car. Oh! Chris Reek in the 18. Just cannot get more than 3 or 4 laps in. Chris Reek in the Avalon 18 brings on the yellows up in turn number 4, where he's facing the concrete as well. In line in the 38 as well. As you say, once he got a bounce up, it was very difficult to control. And it's something that we were just talking about there. You either saw Brodie Christie right on the inside lane, or we saw Jacob Jenson on the extreme outside.
A bit of this racetrack. There's plenty of drive upstairs as McDonald puts the move on Christie now. The New South Wales champion levels up with Brodie Christie into 3 and 4. The Landmark Automotive, New South Wales number 1, the CR32. Christie's not bowing out of it. He's forced to run upstairs. Can this be the run that he needs to reel back in Jenson? For now, none of them can match the speed of the T7. Potentially, McDonald might have that speed. Winding the laps down. Christie still runs the top. McDonald on the bottom. How's the respect between these two? Side by side, you can still fit a car between them. Neither of them moving up or squeezing them down, giving each other both right of lane. Hell of a race as we're ticking towards the 10 lap mark. It'll be 11 next time by for Jacob Jenson. Can he do the unthinkable? Take the Victoria 1 back to Tasmania. So far, he's done every step right. And honking through the back straightaway. They'll tick over 10 laps left to run next time by as Brad Wicks now buys into this battle. The Elite Shock Services Midnight Fabrication number 17. Wicks and McDonald, boy, they're going at it for second, third and fourth, Gavin. This is as good as it gets in modified sedan action.
Boy, Lockie Fitzpatrick as well as marching into the top 5. Brad Wicks has been outstanding. The Bendigo 17, oh, he took the line away from the 32 of Brodie Christie. Slides up, 3/4 track. Brad Wicks is honking. He's made his way to P2. This time by, there'll be 6 to run. He's made the ground running the same line as Jacob Jenson. Oh, a big unload in turn number 4. Holy
Wicks.
Cow. Michael, I believe.
Very important for him as he continues on with 7 laps to run. His brother Brad is locked in at second place spot. And looked, if anything, as if he was starting to reel in Jacob Jenson for the race lead.
Shape.
Boy, that's in a bad way, the front of this once immaculate E-Series Falcon. It is a grueling end for so many in this main event, Gav. So many high contenders. Many out of our top 10 starters alone. There'd only be 2 or 3 of them left that started in that top 10. Patrick, he used every inch of the start line, did Jacob Jenson, and now they go to war. Wicks on the inside, trying to work over Jenson. Christie locked to the bottom. Jenson is upstairs. Wicks will take the race lead. Victoria v Tasmania. Wicks inherits the race lead down the back straight away. Jenson goes straight back to the top. And why wouldn't he? It's worked up there for so long. Christie. It's a little bit of a wheel from Nathan McDonald. There was nothing in that. Clean racing, and they'll continue on. They're looking for the spot now on Jenson. 5 laps remain. 4 this time. Brad Wicks. Could this be the fairy tale run for this team? He's had a couple of DNFs in the weekend to turn things around. Lock it in at 12th place and drive to the lead with 3 to go.
Door off Brodie Christie.
Boy, it's going to get tough. That is just a jungle gym on wheels from the inside. And
there it is.
Yellow. Goodness me. Elite Shock Services on board. The Bendigo 17 for Brad Wicks. The Southern Soft Serve T7. Elite Shock Services on board the top 3 cars right now. Jenson in the 7. Christie in the 32. Or what's left of it. Jenson is still pinned upstairs. Nathan McDonald isn't going anywhere without a fight. He'll level up with the 32 of Christie. Christie shifts up track a little. McDonald still searching on the bottom. White flag getting gathered for Brad Wicks. Nathan McDonald is in field. Something gone wrong with the New South Wales number 1. Back straight away for the final time for Brad Wicks. Can he hang on? You are kidding me. Brad Wicks will be your Victorian Modified Sedan champion. Premier Speedway Warrnambool. How about banging your hands together? Victoria's own. He hails from Bendigo. The Elite Shock Services, Midnight Fabrications, number 17. Brad Wicks is your new Victorian Modified Sedan champion. Proudly sponsored by Ramsdale Wreckers and 3YB Coast FM this weekend. The track sponsors of this event. And this is what he's worked all weekend for. All season leads up to these sort of events, Gav. So to put the big V1 on the door, he'll be very happy with this.
Yeah, extremely. And he had to survive the early half of that.
Brad Wicks comes home as the Victorian champion, of course, thanks to Ramsdale Wreckers. Brodie Christie in P2.
And Jake, he's up on the roof now as well. Folks, please be joining me in making plenty of noise for your new Victorian Modified Sedan champion is Brad Wicks. And his brother's there too. Gosh, that's a cool sight, boys. Out of the ambulance and ready to rock and roll and celebrate this one with his bro.